lot on the line here for these teams.
All right, sorry about that, folks. We are back in on the loading screen. That should be all fixed now. Oh, except for
offline.
It's back. It is back.
All right, good.
Hang tight, guys. It's back. Just typing you in chat right now. Don't worry. It is back. All right, and here we go. Okay, and Esoteric does elect to pick Goliath.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, now we'll just have to see what build he decides to go with in this tiebreaker round, and really exciting situation here with it being 2-2 and Eyes on You being such a solid team in the past. Stage 3 is really giving them a run for their money at this point, pushing it out to a Game 5. And we get to see the implementation of these new tiebreaker rules, and you can see how it affected Stage 3. Now, Esoteric is not going to be able to rely on his Kraken, and he's going to go Goliath. So, without these rules, we might not have been able to see how Esoteric plays Goliath. So, I'm always excited to see a monster who's maybe a little bit out of his comfort zone, because we might get to see a little bit of a play style. And honestly, maybe Eyes on You might not be expecting some of the tricks that Esoteric has up his sleeve.
All right, and it looks like we are back. Sorry about that, guys. Thank you all so much for staying around and not going anywhere. Stream rips are always the worst possible thing to have happen. Looks like we are good now, though. Just waiting for this loading screen to finish, and we will be in game. Actually, they have not locked in, so Binges is waiting until the last moment to decide.
He's probably trying to determine what perk to pick.
Or, oh no, 4 seconds. Is he really going to wait until the last second? Okay. I was going to say.
The answer to that question is yes.
All right, and now we are on the loading screen. This is the tiebreaker round. This is Eyes on You versus S3. Esoteric, as the monster player for S3, his traditional monster, the Kraken, was banned by Eyes on You, and he will now be playing Goliath. All right, and covering Eyes on You's Hunter team right here in the tiebreaker. Will they be able to beat Esoteric on Refueling Tower? Of all maps, we have on Assault, Wibaki playing Markov. We have Andros on Medic playing Kyra. We have Binges on Support playing Hank. And for Trapper, we have Mazel playing Griffin.
As you can see, Mazel putting down those sound spikes immediately off the dropship. He's got to start working on building his array of sensors. So what Mazel's doing when he's dropping down those little pylons is he's creating a whole circle radius of where if the monster walks into that circle, they will see a little icon that signals, hey, there's the monster over here. And you can also see it on the minimap as well.
And Esoteric, wow! A minute and 15 into the game, and he's already evolving to stage 2. This is actually really bad for Eyes on You.
So yeah, I mean, they're not going to be able to get that stage through. So really a great job of Esoteric getting that feed path down pat and getting a lot of food. And you can see him going 3 Lead Smash, 3 Flame, but he's got no shields here, and he's running right through the heart of the Hunter, so he just needs to make sure he's not going to get domed right here. Trying to get some heat on with Hunters right there.
Yeah. He's going to jump right by him, though. Jumps into a landmine, though. And he's going to continue on here. Only a little bit of damage dealt to him.
Yeah, so Mazel's going to be trying to cut him off here. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to get over in time.
I don't think he's going to make it.
Oh, potentially, though. He is.
Over where the Tyrant is, though.
Is he in or out? Wow.
He did make it out just barely at the last second there.
Mammoth Bird doing a little bit of permanent health damage right there. So a good job of getting that quick evolve, but he's just taking some damage right here that he just doesn't need to take, and hopefully he can get use of that food, even though he took a little bit of damage. Looks like he won't be able to finish that Mammoth Bird. But yeah, he lost a not insignificant amount of health right there.
Mazel, though, right on his back with the harpoons to lock him down. And at this point, this is where it becomes very difficult to shake a Hunter team.
Yeah, I mean, you really just gotta hope. And with this new rule set, if you're a monster, you better start practicing at least one other monster. Like, you need to have a backup monster, because what we're seeing right here, Esoteric, very comfortable with Kraken, maybe not so much on Goliath. I guess we will just have to wait and see how this first dome fight goes to see how well he has a grasp on Goliath at this top level of play.
We can see Esoteric now backing up, sneaking through the caves. The rest of Eyes on You pretty far out. They do see him, though, so they will be closing in. And Wibaki guarding the exit. Resident Troll Wibaki standing strong all by himself with that lightning gun. Going to make it very hard for Eso to actually sneak pounce him. He does pop his personal shield, and Esoteric now going in hard on the entire Hunter team.
Yeah, but now that he used that shield so early, it does make him a viable target. Although if Hank can keep him alive, it might be all for naught if he's able to survive long enough for his shield to come on cooldown. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Esoteric try to focus down either Kyra or Hank. Or
almost great shield right there. It came out just a second too late. Took Andros down to half.
Yeah, so he probably is going to want to stop focusing on that assault and start putting damage out on Kyra.
And I think he is. Yeah, Andros caught out all alone. This is where things become very dangerous for this Hunter team. Those shields will not last forever. And Andros is pinned in a corner from the auto attacks.
Wow, a little bit of bugginess right there, but you could see him trying to push Andros out of line of sight of Hank's shield. So, because if Hank doesn't have a direct line of sight to the Hunter, he's not able to save him. Yes,
Leap Smash takes him out. Wow. And he is now prepared to go in on the rest of the team. Auto attacks onto Binges, switches it up. Leap Smash misses and hits no one. And it looks like he's switching to Assault now. Wibaki, the Assault player, while Flame Breathing the Trapper as well. Who's he going to focus here? He could get either one. Leap Smash actually hits no one. Wibaki pops the shield and protects himself. And Eso switches it back up to Binges. Binges will probably go down here. But Eso has so little life left. Really, a couple more hits is going to end it.
Really, really smart play. What he did there was he made sure that they didn't get that res up. He was trying to just make sure that no players got res, because he knows with Kyra down, there's no way they're going to be able to get any extra health. So really smart play. And now Mazel is the only hope for Eyes on You. And really, Esoteric has a lot of time to hunt Mazel down and take him out. So I think that he's in a great spot right here, and we could see Stage 3 having another upset and taking out Eyes on You, who's another top team in the scene that we see so often in the finals.
Yeah, Eyes on You winning, I believe, 3 Sunday Cups so far. Eso is taking that Stage 3. Now, I don't know if you noticed earlier, James, but in that fight when it was just down to Wibaki, Andros, the medic player, wasn't actually dead. She was just down. And Wibaki actually ran up to the medic in order to get the heal burst, to get a little bit of extra health to deal just a little bit more damage. Brilliant play. It's something that you don't see too often.
Yeah, that's a great point, is that you can still use those abilities when you're down. So really making the most of it there. That's a great observation. So now it'll be interesting to see whether it goes for that power relay and tries to force out Mazel. What we might see happen here is we might see the full Esoteric at full shields just going in and then getting on this power relay and waiting until the dropship comes, and just after the dropship comes, take Mazel out, start another dropship timer, and then the Hunters will have to play with only 3 players. That might be what we will see here.
Mazel's within smell range now. Eso can see him, and 30 seconds left to go. Oh no! This actually could be the end right here. Mazel's got to get away.
Yeah, so you can see him getting back on the relay here, forcing Mazel's hand, having him come back out. But he does, I think he can get a pretty good line on the monster and be able to get him off the relay, but he is taking his time. He really doesn't want to get downed and start another dropship timer. He either wants to get on this, well, if he can't get on the same dropship as his team because he's the last player, but you can see all of them coming out now, and now not in such a terrible spot. You can see Esoteric, though, has vision on him, and he's probably going to be able to take him out and start a new dropship timer, which he is. So he's got to finish him off here, eat him up, get a little bit of these shields, but this Sloth kind of being annoying. So, yep, now we see it's going to be a 3-hunter fight on this relay. And you can see he's setting up. We might see a rock come out right here.
Orbital right on top of his head, though. Gonna do a number on his armor right there. That's half his armor gone already.
Yeah, he picked up a rock when he was in the orbital, so he had to wait for that animation to finish out, and he took a lot of damage right there.
Yep, great play by Binges there. This rock throw misses everyone. Andros with the shield from Hank as well. Binges is going to be caught out of position, though. He's got to get away. I don't know if he can make it up there. Heavy Smash knocks him down, and the rock throw doesn't actually finish him. It only clipped him. Wasn't enough damage. And Binges is still in this fight. Leap Smash does take Binges out. Wibaki on the lightning gun, dishing out as much damage as possible. Wow, I just don't know if it's enough. Medic down as well. It's down to Wibaki and Esoteric. This could be an upset right here.
Yeah, it looks like that's the way it's going to play out. Wibaki's going to have to pull out quite a lot of magic.
He's guarded by all those mines. Eso can't charge through those mines. He waits, drops the Flame Breath. Wibaki pops the personal shield. What's he gonna do? He's got to continue avoiding Eso. If Eso gets one sneak pounce off, it's over for Wibaki. Shield down. He has nothing left to protect him. Fire Breath might finish him here.
Wow.
And Wibaki goes down to Esoteric. Stage 3, upsetting the number 2 team in the ESL right now, seeded number 1 in this tournament, in fact.
Wow.
Wow, great play by Esoteric.
Yeah, and really exciting to see. You see that he was forced to not play Kraken, and that really didn't bother him. Yeah. If we go and look back, that getting stage 2 so quickly without any repercussions, that was very big for his win. Being able to get that stage 2 with all that health and not having to fight that stage 2 dome with no shield. So awesome game, and really great to see stage 3 taking out a top team. We're seeing some really high quality play from many teams this week.
All right, and it looks... I was going to take a quick break before the semifinals actually started, but it looks like Nip, I think, is asking us to host. Hold on one second. Yeah, I mean, it's rare when teams are actually asking us to cast and host right away, immediately after a match finishes. We usually have to search them down. All right, so they are asking. Okay, just give me 1 second. I just need to see which side they want us to host or what's going on here.
Yeah, so really, when we look back, another solid performance by Esoteric, especially in that cave fight. He played that very well, making sure that when he got Kyra down, that he was making sure Kyra did not get back up, because he knew that if he could take Kyra out of the fight, that would make it so much easier to get the rest of the hunters down when you take out that healing ability of the team. So very well played. If he had not protected that body and they were able to get Kyra up, it could have been a whole nother story. So very smart play.
Okay, so they are asking me to host their hunter team. I actually just joined on them for some reason. Hold on, let me back out. I don't know why I joined on them.
So another team moving on to the semifinals. Stage 3. Bravo, well done. I mean, it wasn't easy. But taking it to a Game 5 is, wouldn't expect any less than from Eyes on You, being a top team that they are, forcing a Game 5. And, although they didn't come out victorious, still a very solid showing and a very strong team still.
Almost pulled the muted mic thing again. I did catch myself. I did not make the mistake this time. Yeah, great showing from Stage 3. And great play by Eyes on You.
Hosting.
You're welcome, guys. I just gotta mute you real quick.
No problem.
Alright, so it will be on Refueling Tower. Let's get that set up right here. Okay. And we should be all set. We just have to double check all the settings. Okay, we are good to go. We have yet another game on our hands, James Bot. This is
Excellent,
Ninja.
yeah.
This is Survivors of Shear versus Ninja Penguins, currently tied 1-1, I believe.
1-1. Ninja Penguins sounds like a very ferocious team. I would not want to fight a group of Ninja Penguins.
No, I would not want to either. Their team initials are, in fact, NIP, no relation to the CSGO team, just so everyone knows. And we can jump into that game right now.
Excellent.
Yeah, no further update on the score. The last they told me it was 1-1, so I believe that's what it is. And then we may cast their monster game immediately after this.
Where are the picks? Where are the picks?
Well, this back-to-back action this week is definitely welcome. I mean, like this is great being able to go from game to game with not much downtime at all. It's been awesome. And a lot of really exciting matchups too. I mean, not only have the games been coming quickly, but the quality of games that we've been seeing and just the excitement level of these games has been really top notch. I've been loving it.
Yeah, some amazing games have evolved so far. And keep in mind, that was only the round of 16 and the quarterfinals. We are still in the quarterfinals finishing up, Survivors of Shear versus Ninja Penguins, and then we'll be advancing to the semis. These games are only going to get better as time goes on.
So we can see Kyra getting picked. No surprise there. And Abe coming out.
Okay,
so
we may actually have to back out here unless they can finalize their picks real quick. I was under the impression that they were ready to start, but they had not actually finalized their picks when I first started. But it looks like they got it done quick. So that's the trick, folks, to getting players to finish up those picks real quick. Just start a match. And then they have no choice. No, of course, we wouldn't do that if the players weren't ready. So they are taking Sunny and Abe. That should be an interesting combo. I don't think we've ever seen that before in the Sunday Cups.
No. And Abe really known for his tracking darts and his shotgun that you see him slinging around his shoulder right there. The tracking darts allow him to just shoot the monster, and they're able to see a little icon above the monster's head. So one pitfall, though, of Abe is if you can't find him very quickly, then the monster can sneak around and get a lot of food quickly. So you really want to be able to find him as soon as possible. But you can see Abe and Sunny make a good pair because Abe will then be allowed to cover a lot of the map and be able to, one, stay on the tail of the monster, keeping that tracking dart up, and then two, just being able to search more of the map more quickly to try to get that initial initial tracking dart in place.
All right, and we have the first game here, or I'm sorry, the third game, in fact, the first game that we are casting today. This is Ninja Penguins versus Survivors of Shear, SOS. The monster player for Survivors of Shear, Dezu, versus the Hunter team of Nip. And keep in mind, Survivors of Shear actually placed all the way up to the semifinals of last week's Sunday Cup, and that was their first showing, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of these new teams come out and really be able to compete. So, I mean, it's really just a testament of, you know, the Evolve community and really these, even with these streams that I don't think we've talked about it today, but anybody here, anybody in this stream has the ability to come out on other days of the week, and we will be doing, you know, pros playing with the community, and it gave a lot of monster players and even hunter players the opportunity to get in the spotlight and be seen by some of these top teams.
Yeah.
And really, you know, there's the opportunity to even slide in and fit with one of these teams that have an opening. Like there are many teams looking for particular
James.
hunters too, and even monsters. So
I don't know if you remember, but Esoteric was actually featured on one of those pros versus community broadcast nights, and he was actually picked up by Stage 3 that exact same night.
And you look at how it turned out for him. You know,
Yeah.
You've got all these great players, and really see right there the tracking dart, very clutch. Now they know exactly where this monster is going to be going with Sunny. They're going to be able to stay on top of him. But yeah, like you were saying before, with that community plays with pros, Stage 3, upsetting a top team in the Evolve community and really getting some of that face time and even just having the fun of playing with these members in the community.
All right, and Nip now trying to stay on Dezu, but Dezu doing a really good job evading the team here. And, you know, that's one of the problems with Abe. While he does have the tracking dart, and they know exactly where he's going, he's not doing anything different. He's going right to where every monster evolves when they're ready to on this map. Rune on Assault, gonna actually get in some good damage on him here. Maybe. Drops the mine, but not close enough to Dezu to dish out damage right away. Ah, they did get him right there. Okay.
So, yep, 3 leap, 3 flame breaths. So he's going to be trying to do a lot of damage here. He's probably going to want to take out that shield drone, which yep, you can see him doing that right now. And it's down. So now he's able to focus. If he can get Nightmare down,
Nightwane's going to go down here.
Out of this dome.
Oh no,
Sunny
the
coming up with
boost!
that clutch boost, and you can see him just boosting straight up in the air, now taking down the shield drone again, but Nightmare was able to get his health back up, and he really wants out of this dome, so he's going to continue to focus Nightmare, getting that leap smash down, and he might be able to take him out right here, but we see again Sunny allowing him to just get out of the way, putting down that shield drone as well, just being such a nuisance to this Goliath. It's trying to accommodate that, though, as he's able to leap pounce Nightmare. He really, really wants out of this dome, but he is losing so much health. He needs to just start mitigating, otherwise he could lose right here.
Yeah, Dezu needs to escape now. He's going to sneak inside of the caves and try and break line of sight from the hunters, but this could be bad. The dome comes down, so he will escape now. But for how long? Man, that was so much damage dealt out by Nip there. Things are not looking good for Dezu.
So you can see there, you know, although the monster is big and scary, the hunter team there just did such an amazing job, and they were really never in much danger. Sunny did such a great job of not only using that boost gun to keep Abe from going down there, but having the presence of mind to put up that shield bot in places where Nightmare would get protected, forcing Dezu to have to come out and kill that bot. So really a solid play, solid fundamentals, using those abilities to their maximum potential, and that resulted in just them able to get Dezu down by quite a bit. And you can see him only having 1/4 of his health left here at stage 2.
All right, and Rune now looks like he's gonna close in on Dezu. What is Dezu doing? Dezu trying to feed. They know exactly where he is. He is tracked by that tracking dart, napalm grenades, trying to chase him off of his meal right there. And he's going to use that elevation to his advantage and gain a large amount of distance on the hunters. Not enough, though. Nightwayne waiting far enough back that I think he got him. No, he didn't.
Yep, so
he dodged that dome.
Yep, so Dezu right here, after that stage 2 fight, he's really just going to want to get stage 3 to get that padding on his health bar, and also just be able to put out a little bit more damage, because I mean he wasn't that close to getting a mark on any one of those hunters. You know, with Spanners just doing such a solid job keeping his team alive. I wouldn't be surprised to see here Dezu go stage 3 and try to focus down Spanners, because really Spanners was what the thorn in his side was in that dome.
Dezu comes in there, but just backs off for a minute, runs through a few mines. Fortunately, he's got the armor to avoid it. And, you know, this is one of the challenges of any monster player playing against an Abe. Good Abe is going to have you tracked probably 95% of the time once they first find you. And they're not going to let up. They are always going to know where he is. This is going to reveal him on the minimap to the hunters at all times, as well as in the on-screen overlay as well. Okay, so he's going for the Evolve now. They are still pretty far out, but Nightwayne, boosted by Sunny, they are going to come in, and he does have the dome ready.
Yeah, you can see them both boosting both the Trapper and the Assault there. So doing a solid job, and they are
all in on him. The dome comes down. Rune already on the lightning gun, unloading a full round from the assault rifle as well. And Dezu going hard on this Hunter team. He's got to make something happen. They've already taken off nearly all of the health that he just gained from evolving. Leap smash into Nightwayne, misses Spanners. Rock throw into a tree, doesn't hit anybody, and now he switches it up to Savvy. Savvy might go down to Fire Breath here. If the medic goes down, this is going to be very rough for them.
You can see him trying to use a rock on that shield bot, but not taking it out. He really wants to get Nightmare down so he can get out of this dome. But I don't know if that's going to be possible. You can see he's really low. And
Rock throw misses Nightwayne again.
Clutch dodge. That could have been the changing moment in the game. If you would have been able to hit Nightmare with that and gotten our Night Wayne with that, I apologize. You might have been able to get away, but wow, what a great job by the Hunter team there.
Yeah, great play by Survivors of Shear. Taking, or by Nips, I mean. Taking game number 3 off of Survivors of Shear. The score is now 2-1. Let me see if the other side needs a host as well.
Yeah, so really, you know, the Monster not always being dominant in these matchups. We saw some really solid play by that Hunter team, particularly with that support just playing so well. And also the medic being able to keep up the team.
All right, so they do want us to host the other side. They're just going through the bans right now, I think. All right, we're just going to back up to the lobby. And meanwhile, while we're waiting for that, let's quickly go back to the brackets and refresh those.
Yeah.
All right, no updates
Yeah, they
just
know
yet.
already.
Gonna quickly mute them again. I'm not sure why they have to be remuted, but we'll take care of that real quick.
Yep, so this matchup, Survivors of Shear taking on Ninja Penguins. The winner of this will be moving on into the semifinals to face Stage 3.
Yeah, there could be others that are tied but have not posted to the brackets yet. Let me see here. All right, just waiting for a reply from their Hunter team. I was under the impression that the other side didn't play, but I see some people saying it's 2-2. Yeah, Cajones is saying it's 2-2. Okay, so it is 2-2. Okay, so it's a tiebreaker then. So we have yet another tiebreaker today. That's awesome. I guess the other side did already play. So it was just their Hunters that felt like they needed the host. Sometimes what we'll do for those who don't quite understand, since this is an international Sunday Cup here, we have players from Europe, players all over North America, and even parts of Asia and Japan as well. Well, Japan is in Asia. But anytime we have players from Europe and the west coast of North America, they will frequently make an agreement and ask me as an observer to host since I'm on the east coast of North America. So that way they're connecting to a midway point, and everyone has about an even ping. Yep. The chat delay now catching up with the accidental mic mute. It was fixed. Don't worry, guys.
Yeah, and I'll apologize to Night Wayne there. I called him Nightmare like the whole game, so don't hate me, man. It was my mistake. I just can't read very well sometimes.
Yeah, it can be tough, and I know the quality that you're seeing isn't perfect 1080p or anything like that. I know it's not even 720p.
Yeah, it was close. Maybe not close enough, but yeah. But you could see there with Dezu focusing those drones. He really wanted to get those drones out of the field of play, and we even saw one moment where he went to throw a rock, and I think it hit a tree or something. It hit something, and so that it basically all that time that he went through the rock throw animation, taking that damage, it was all for naught just because his rock didn't even make it to that drone. So, you know, just a drain of DPS and also increasing the amount of damage that he took. So that was unfortunate for him right there.
Yeah, Yeah, definitely unfortunate. But sometimes things do happen that way.
Yeah.
You just kind of have to roll with them or figure out something else. I know a lot of times it comes down to split-second decisions and judgment. You know, and this game is, unlike a lot of first-person shooters, it's more about positioning in the same way that a MOBA is about positioning. You know, I'm sure, you know, as a CSGO player, you could probably tell me, you know, how much of an FPS, like CSGO,
Movement and
is about
yeah.
positioning, but it's different from the way that Evolve works, right?
Yep, definitely. I mean, it's very important in many games, but even more so in this game. And you could even see it positioning on the monster standpoint. Like if we go back and we remember back to when Legendary was taking on who was it? Legendary was taking on Epex Black, and they were setting up on those pylons. Well, there was a moment where Sunny had her drone set up, and the path that Legendary decided to take, he used Flame to not only take out the drone, but he also got Flame on a Hunter. So he didn't just dedicate one of his abilities to completely taking out the drone. He was able to, because of his positioning and the way that he engaged in the fight, he was able to take out the drone and still hit other Hunter players with that Flame. So what we saw there was Dezu. He was utilizing his rock to try to take it out, but when it failed, you know, it was just, he was in a very tough situation. So I'm sure, you know, with T4 being newer to the scene, we'll see many monsters learn the best way to take care of those drones. But you know, we've seen two different approaches, and really, you know, it's just gonna have to, time will see how the best way to deal with that drone is. Whether it's with using your overhand attacks quickly, using flame and trying to hit as much as possible in addition to the drone, or even just taking it out quickly with a rock.
All right, and we are hosting the tiebreaker as well. Let's see. There we go. I didn't see his message earlier. Interesting. Okay, so Nipt chose to ban, and Survivors of Shear actually chose Hunters. So Kyra and Torvald were both banned.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's interesting that they would ban Torvald instead of Sunny, but you know, they know exactly what they're doing, and we're just gonna have to wait and see how this folds out. But I'm kind of pumped to see if they pick Valve, how those damage markers come into play.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what they do. You know, if they can't use Kyra, who do you think is? You think they'll do Laz? I was gonna say, who do you think is the next most viable?
If they do Laz, I mean Laz, it's possible to play
Sunny.
comps with Laz. I mean, if we see something crazy like that, it would be awesome. I mean, it's viable in a sense. It's just not proven so much on the competitive scene. But I wouldn't be surprised to see them run a Val combo. But really, you know, it could be anything. We'll just have to wait and see what they have up their sleeve.
All right, and the map is MedLab. The players are filling in right now. Let's see if we have everyone here.
Yep, winner of this matchup will be moving on to face Stage 3, who defeated Eyes on You to move into the semifinals. So we have quite the treat ahead of us, and even here with this Game 5. Yeah, I mean, the most interesting pick I think we'll see is where they decide to go with their medic. So they're responding
Yeah,
to
for
the
sure.
Torvald ban by picking Hyde. And we do see it. We see Val. Two parts of the beam team there.
All right, and full screen now. So they did pick Val, and a Hank instead of a Sunny. This is going to be interesting against a Kraken.
Yeah, definitely. Val, we've seen Val take out teams before. You know, it's not a guaranteed loss or anything. Val is not absolutely unviable. We've seen Val teams be able to take out monsters at this top level of play. So it's going to be fun to watch. Definitely with having a mix-up, not seeing another Kyra, but having Val come into play and mix things up.
All right, and here we go. This is the tiebreaker round 2-2 between Nip's monster player Cojones versus the survivors of Shear Hunter team. All right, covering the Hunters right now. Yeah, you guys are seeing the mute now. It's already fixed, don't worry. Covering the Hunters, we have Darken Wolf, the assault player, playing Hyde. We've got Unicorn Utters on Medic, playing Val. We've got Virtue on support, playing Hank. And we've got Chromo on Trapper, playing Griffin.
So fortunately, Toxic Grenade not slowing down teammates anymore, so you can throw it all willy-nilly as much as you want.
Cojones, and look at how close he is to stage 2 already. Just has to juke this Hunter team and get one more kill. This is going to be all he needs right here. That poison from Hyde, though, the poison grenade, going to dish out a little bit of damage there, but I think Cojones, yeah, he'll escape. No problem. Wow, long-range harpoon from Griffin.
Yeah, I mean, now with Kyra not in this matchup, we've got Val, and one thing that Val is really awesome for is keeping that monster slowed with those trank darts. So with a slower monster, it'll be easier to hit harpoons as Griffin, and really, if you can't create much distance, it could be quite a pain in the butt having to go against a Val team.
We can see the Kraken doing that little sneak punch there for some extra mobility. Some Kraken players will actually do that a little bit when they're out of traversal, because you do move quicker during a pounce than you do actually walking.
Yeah, because you can see him really wanting to dodge those tranks, because those tranks can be quite a pain. But, you know, when you're trying to run away from a Hunter team, you don't like going against a Val, but really the difference between Val and Kyra is Kyra's main healing ability with those grenades has the ability to heal multiple Hunters at a time, whereas Val is just single target.
He's taking this evolve here. Chromo 100 meters away. Can he close the distance in time and actually get the dome? I think he will. He should be okay. And Darken Wolf right on him here with that flamethrower.
Yeah, you could see him sitting in that toxic grenade and taking quite a bit of damage, but he does take Aftershock, so he could do a lot of damage amongst all the Hunter players.
We've got an invisible assault right here. We can only see the fire from his flamethrower. Switching back, Unicorn Utters Val, the medic, taken out almost immediately. This is very, very bad for the Hunters here. They've got to do something. He's going to drop down on Virtue with the Aftershock, takes him down to a corner, and Virtue backs away.
Yeah, so really smart play getting Val down. She's back up, but one of the things that Val struggles with is that self-sustain, not being able to use those healing grenades to heal herself. She has to rely solely on that healing cloud.
Yeah, and that's one of the weaknesses of Val. Unicorn Utters almost taken out again, but the shield does protect her very, very briefly, and Cojones forced to back off. And you know what? Throughout all of that, look at how much damage they managed to deal to Cojones, the monster player.
Yeah, and that Aftershock only hitting Chromo here, so good result for the Hunters as they're able to continue pumping damage into him, and he just is going to run out of this dome. He did get a mark on Val, which is good, and if he gets a second mark, he might be able to take control of this game, but still a pretty good encounter for the Hunters.
All right. And looks like he does get away, but only barely, just by the skin of his teeth. And he's got to do something to mix things up now. The Aftershock just wasn't strong enough.
Yeah, and he really had to initiate in a pretty tough spot there. So as soon as he got that evolved, he was sitting in a toxic grenade cloud. So if he's able to get stage 3 and get some shields before having to initiate, we might be able to see a different outcome. And he did get 1 mark on Val, so if he gets that 2nd mark, it will make things that much easier once you can get Medic out of play. But still, I would say the advantage goes a little bit towards the Hunter side so far.
All right, and it definitely does go to the Hunter side. But keep in mind, you know, this can change in a split second if he manages to get a decent strike or 2 in stage 3. All he has to do is catch 1 or 2 Hunters out of position and off guard, and their entire lineup can collapse with a Val as a medic.
Yeah, very true, very true. So you're right. What basically the point is making the right kind of engagement if you're the monster. You know, you want to be able to choose when you're going to have to fight. You want to fight on your terms so you can really get the opening that you want, because if you're having to respond to pressure like he had to in that first dome, you see how it goes.
And we can see the Hunter team now closing in from all sides. They're all around him. They've got him cornered. Chromo, though, dropping a sound spike. He was right on top of Cojones. I think he probably could have domed there, and it should have been off cooldown by this point in time. Aftershock takes him down to half, and Val is there with the heal, but you know, that heal just not strong enough. Vortex going to knock half the team back, and it looks like he did throw the dome there. Yeah, it is coming down. This is going to be another stage 2 dome, but Unicorn Utters down right away at the start.
Yes, definitely not a good start for the Hunter team, but it's still doable. If they can get him back up before any other Hunters go down, he might be able to do something. So Versi going down right there, and now he's got 2 Hunters out of the 4 down. He doesn't have too much health left, and Hank does get back up. So Cojones is going to have to be careful here. It's still anyone's game. He does have marks on both Hank and Val is out of the fight, but he's still so close to death. He has to play this really smart right here.
Yeah, he's got to be real careful here. The Hunters do still have enough firepower to take him out. Keep in mind, this is the tiebreaker right here. Whichever team loses will be eliminated from this tournament, with the winner going on to the semifinals.
Yeah, so very critical, and you can see he decides to run. He decides to go and get shields back. He knows he's got 1 mark on Hank and 2 on Val, so he's probably just going to go for what you were alluding to before, with just trying to get the most optimal engagement and getting down Val as quickly as possible so he can try to make quick work of the other Hunters.
And let's see here, Darken Wolf, that invisible assault player. Unfortunately, he's not invisible to the monster. Keep that in mind, folks. This is actually just an observer mode bug that happens sometimes. So the monster can't see him, and other players on his team can't see him. Vortex, he pops the shield at the last moment, though. And Cojones is going to back off. That may have been the distance that he wanted. He may just jump into the back wall here and take the evolve.
Yeah, he does want to be careful here. I doubt that the Hunters will probably follow too quickly or too closely, because you can see that their assault Darken Wolf is just very, very low. He does have that personal shield to try to reduce the amount of incoming damage, but still, it would be a gamble. But you can see him just tracking, trying to catch him in that evolve, trying to delay it as long as possible.
You can see him now chasing the assault right there. We can see the flames from his jetpack. Aftershock hits no one, and the dropship is coming in just a moment.
Oh,
assault is down now.
Using that personal shield too late, but Cojones still decides, even though he got that mark down on that assault, that he wants to just get away and get stage 3 as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's a much safer situation for him.
So we'll probably see him break out the 3-point lightning strike as soon as he can get off the evolve. Lightning strike being reworked a little bit now, changes to how it can kind of be moved and aimed, but still is very, very powerful if used correctly.
All right, and he is going to take the stage 3 here. Chromo closing in now, 60 meters. Ooh, okay, so they are holding the dome. They don't want to dome him there. It is a pretty rough spot for Hunters to dome. And Cojones did evolve there, I think, on purpose because he knew that there was a low chance of the Hunters choosing to take a dome there. And he's going to back off now.
Yeah, if Chromo can come in here and get this dome right here, though, then he would definitely be in a bad situation. Chromo's a little far out, and I don't think he would be able to reach. He would be able to reach Cojones, and Cojones will be able to get away, dodge that dome, and get full shields.
All right, and Cojones now, man, he's got to be real careful. The thing is, against a Val comp, he can still take this game. And we can see even the survival odds reflecting that as well. 45% Monster, 55% Hunter. I would actually put it closer to 50-50. Because all it's going to take is 1 down on Unicorn Udders. That's going to be a Lightning Strike plus an auto attack, an Aftershock, and a couple auto attacks. There's a number of different ways that he can take Unicorn Udders down in the blink of an eye and instantly turn the game into his favor.
Yeah, you can see how he also utilized that sneak to get really far away, finding food finally. But yeah, it's definitely 50-50 at this point. Could go either way because it all depends on how fast they're able to eat through those shields, because that is not a ton of health. And if you're Cojones, you're definitely playing on edge and you're going to want to start the fight on your terms, but there's no marks on Chromo, the Hunter. So if he does get domed, unless he's able to take out all the other players in the dome first, it's unlikely that he'll be able to easily and quickly escape by taking out Chromo, the Hunter, the Trapper.
And he is coming in now.
Yeah, so Val immediately having to use that healing burst. So it's going to be tough. Hank's going to have to do a great job of mitigating all that damage. You can see the Aftershock taking out so much health.
Oh, that Lightning Strike could have hit half their team right there. Shield on Chromo, trying to keep Chromo up. The beam from Val, that beam team there, will it be strong enough? Aftershock takes down the shield, auto attacks onto Chromo. I don't know if that's going to be enough. The Lightning Strike hits 2 and almost takes out Virtue as well. Wow. This looks like it could be it for the Hunter team. Vortex onto Unicorn Udders, drops in for the Aftershock, and the medic is down as well. And this is exactly what I was talking about.
Wow, wow, wow. That Lightning Strike right there. Oh my goodness. If it only hit one player, they might have been able to recover from that, but that Lightning Strike just took out both of those players, taking out the Assault as well. Oh my goodness, what a solid play right there. Definitely a little bit discouraging if you're the Hunters there getting hit by that Lightning Strike, but wow, what an ending.
Yeah, what a surprising finish, and that's exactly what I was talking about. Just how quickly a Kraken had the chance to turn that around on the Hunter team, and that's that's partially because of the Val pick. With Val as a medic, it's much rougher on the personal healing, and they didn't actually. It wasn't even the personal healing in this case. They didn't need that. He took her out third, in fact.
Just showing you the importance of Kyra. Or at least, with these teams needing to practice with many medics now, because we saw before, teams have decided to ban monsters, but look at what happened when you take Kyra out of the mix. That was, he was able, Cojones was able to really just take out Val at will, it seemed like.
Yeah, and that's because of how difficult it is to, to keep Val alive. Her healing gun can only be used on others. She can't turn it on herself. So she only has that burst. She has a lot of other utility in the form of her trank gun and also her sniper rifle, but her personal healing is a little bit weak. All right, we're going to cut to a short break as we wait for the brackets to update, folks. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We're going to cut to a short break. We will be right back in just a moment. Thanks for watching.
How are we doing?
All right, welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that short little break here. We are coming back in for the next series of games right now. This will be Epex White versus Averse. Let me just message the players here, make sure that they're all ready.
Orbital's first map, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so we'll see if Averse can take out the second Epex team here today. We saw them really having a dominating performance on their Hunter side, not dropping a game. And then their Monster Legendary did lose one game to Epex Black, but other than that, they really had a solid performance.
Yep, give me 1 second here, just typing some final instructions to both team captains. Okay. Oh, I think they were waiting for me and they didn't realize that I was already in the lobby with them.
Well, there you go. We're all clear.
All right, just waiting for them to start, and here we go. This is the semifinals, game number 1, Epex White versus Averse. Team Averse being the team that took Epex Black out of the tournament only earlier today. So I think Epex White is going to be out for revenge, right?
Oh yeah, undoubtedly. You're going to be fighting for the honor of Team Epex.
And what do you think Legendary's going to do? You think he's going to stick with Goliath, or do you think he may mix it up again here today?
You know, I think if I had to guess or put my money on something, I would bet that he would go Goliath. I mean, he's proven that his Goliath play can really beat any team. I mean, the Epex Black Hunter team is very, very good, and the fact that he was able to beat him, I don't see why you wouldn't go Goliath.
Yeah, he probably will. I'm still looking forward to the day when we see Legendary play something different. I've seen him play Kraken a little bit in practice. And,
oh, wow! Look at that,
whoa!
you called
it. Will he select it, though? I don't know if he's going to lock it in.
Is he trolling us? Because
he might be.
I would be super pumped to see how Legendary plays Kraken.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I know I saw him practicing it earlier. We'll have to wait and see. This could just be a troll pick. Keep in mind, they didn't announce... Okay, it was a troll pick, yeah.
All
He's
right.
going Goliath.
What a jokester. He had us there for a second, but never again will he get us with that.
And we do have Torvald, Maggie, Hank, and Kyra.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much Maggie today.
So a lot of Hunter players still electing to pick Hank over Sunny, which is interesting. I'd expected to see more Sunny picks today, and you know we haven't seen any Cabot yet.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we saw how well Ninja Penguins played with Sunny, and how effective it was. I think the challenge with Sunny is just that whoever is playing Sunny is going to have to understand how to deal with pressure. I mean, and it really is kind of with any support, is knowing how to deal with the pressure. So, I mean, and Hank is just so reliable with his shield gun that the bot can be sometimes a little bit unreliable. But, you know, I am surprised. Sunny does bring so much to the table with not only the shielding, but also that boosting.
And that's it right there. The boosting is so key. The boosting makes all the difference. And I think the boosting actually enables a lot of other Hunter compositions which you could not normally have.
Yeah, I mean, it opens up a whole new way of playing, like you're saying. It makes potentially hunters that weren't as viable much more viable.
All right, and here we go, right into game number 1 right away. This is Legendary, the monster player for Team Averse, playing Goliath. I love how we caught the little tip of the spire right there and managed to climb up and then
Strong
jump again.
fingertips.
That's got to take some practice to do, right?
Yeah.
All right, and we have not had the opportunity to cast Epex Epex White for quite some time now. I think it's been over a month since we last cast Epex White. Let's check them out right now. They do have a new lineup on Assault. We have Fate's Revenge playing Torvald. For Medic, we have 2-Trick Pony, formerly 1-Trick Pony, playing Kyra. We have Bugsy on Support, playing Hank. A little bit of a role change. Bugsy used to play Monster for Team Sith. And for Trapper, we have Plastic Man playing Maggie.
Yeah, so it looks like Plastic Man has that cosmic skin for Daisy. So Daisy looking very fly today. Going all the way to the top. What? So good idea, but he just had spent so much time climbing up that pyre that he is now stuck in a stage 1 dome. He does have full shield, so we'll see how well he manages to dodge this damage here in this dome.
Yeah, he's got to loop around this infinity loop here.
Yeah, so
that's going to be his only choice. Oh no, the orbital coming down. Great orbital from Bugsy right there. Going to chase him out and do a good bit of armor damage as well. And Legendary's got to do something. He's got to find somewhere safe. Even 1-Trick Pony on Napalm Grenade. She doesn't need to heal right now.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to put out enough damage to make these hunters worried or even get a mark. So really, he's just going to use his abilities to generate some space to be able to continue running more effectively.
Yeah, and here he is once again, continuing to try and mitigate as much damage as possible here.
Yep, so he lost a little bit of health, but still nothing big. It's basically a wash. I mean, it's a decent amount of health, but I wouldn't be too upset about it if I was Legendary. So I think we're in a good spot here, and we'll just have to wait to see how this plays out, but really not too much in favor of either side at this point.
Interesting cloak there, choosing to use it now. Legendary 110 meters out, and he just finally got enough for a stage 2 evolve.
Yeah, they were able to delay for quite a bit by getting that stage 1 dome.
He's taking it here.
Wow. So he probably wants to dodge the dome. He probably wants to evolve and get away before that dome can get thrown. So we'll just have to wait and see if Plastic Man has it up in time to keep Legendary trapped.
I don't think it will be. That dome has a 1-minute cooldown from the time the dome drops. Switches to it now. Yeah, so it just came up. Legendary literally timed that perfectly.
Yep, smart play. Very well done knowing what he could get away with right there.
Looks like he may go beachside now. No, he's going to double back. He's going to double back and go the same way that he came. That Maggie trap, though. Great placement on that Maggie trap.
Yeah, being quite the nuisance. It's so annoying when you're that monster and you... Oh, and he dodges the dome. Very critical dome dodge there. So they recognize that the dome missed and take it down right away, but really, really good situation if you're Legendary. Getting a clean stage 2, dome being on cooldown, knowing that you can just go out and get all the shields that you want, potentially get stage 3 here pretty quickly.
Yeah, that was a bit more of a dome miss even. I mean, he was sitting there feeding. He wasn't even moving at that point in time.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, it was really just the Trapper thinking that he was in range when he wasn't. So you're definitely you're right. It wasn't Legendary so much dodging it as just being in a position, or the Trapper not being in the correct position when throwing that dome.
And he's going to continue to head over to the east side of the map here. Pull up the map again. We can see Plastic Man slowly waiting. Oh, he is going to advance now. A little bit too close to cut, though. Legendary's going to get some good distance here. There's no chance of Plastic Man catching up.
Yeah, Legendary is doing a solid job of making sure that distance that he's creating is just staying intact. He did get that stage 1 dome, but doing a solid job so far, dodging the rest.
Oh, and Legendary is off on the run again, backing up along the south side of the map, and he's going to head beachside once again.
Yeah, in all honesty, if he does get domed here, he's got full shields at stage 2, and we've seen how well he can fight at stage 2. So even if he, and you can see him doing the jump backwards, really strong, strong legs there, just propelling him directly backwards and able to. That is definitely a dodged dome.
That's a new one for the Sunday Cup. I don't think we have ever displayed a backwards dome dodge before.
That was sweet. That was cool to see.
Yeah, it certainly was.
If only he had done a backflip, that would have been even more impressive.
Yeah, if the Goliath had some like ninja acrobatic skills like the Behemoth.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Behemoth was apparently a ballet dancer in another life.
Well, he does move quite gracefully. He's also a cue ball in his previous life.
Plastic Man, once again, closest hunter to the monster here. Typically, the Trapper wants to hang back a bit. And I think that's probably what he'll do. Yeah, he's going to cut wide here, let the rest of the Hunter team chase. Well, he cuts and prepares for potentially a dome along the beachhead here.
Yep, he's getting enough for a stage 3 evolve right now, so he's got full shields and a full evolve bar. So I wonder if he's going to decide to try to take the stage 2 fight and fight out all these shields that he has and just let him go down, or if he is going to try to sneak away and get the stage 3, because when he goes stage 3, he's losing all his shields anyway. So we'll just have to see if he chooses to make use of the shields that he's built up by getting in a stage 2 fight.
Legendary sneaking here. He was actually going in for the assault. Leap smash into rock throw. Rock throw misses along with the leap smash. Fire breath on One Trick Pony, but that doesn't do all that much.
Yep, hitting that heavy attack, and now he's switching up to go on Hank. Hank is very low.
Bugsy goes down in a double combo right there. A split-second misplay.
Yeah,
and this could be it right here. I think Legendary might be looking for a finishing blow. Leap smash onto Two Trick Pony. She pops the burst, though. Gonna stay up for a little bit longer. Shields from Hank will keep her up, and the dome comes down.
Yeah, but you can see that Legendary has so much shields left that he isn't scared at all right now. Of course, he's going to stay in here and try to get all these marks that he can. He's got just a ton of shields, but...
Orbital might do a number to him while he's in the rock throw. He gets out pretty quickly, though. Leap smash, Two Trick Pony down. Their medic, their Kyra player is down, and indoors, too. This is a bad spot to go down against the Goliath. Legendary backwards jump right there. Playing mind games with this Hunter team right now. And Bugsy trying to shield the corpse to prevent Two Trick Pony from going out, but she does finally bleed out.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Legendary here go for the jugular to finish it out, because these Hunters have no ability to get healed anymore, and Kyra is out of the fight. So any damage that Legendary does at this moment will just persist until that medic gets off of that dropship.
Yeah, absolutely. He should have the ability to finish it here. He's got so much health. In fact, at this point, I was going to say it's about time to drop that dome and start running. And it looks like that may be what they're doing. Maggie traps all over the place, going to lock him down for a little bit. Rock throw clips Bugsy. I think Bugsy's going to go down, but another orbital! This actually could change things here. Legendary's down below half, and he's going to back off.
Yeah, so second mark on Hank is incredibly valuable. So Hank now has 2 marks, and Kyra also has a mark. So very, very good for the monster here. 2 marks on Hank means that he'll be able to take Hank out and not have to deal with those shields. But yeah, it looks like he might be turning around to try to finish off the fight.
He does come back in after getting a little bit more armor. Rock throw up high on Bugsy, clips Bugsy, and knocks him all the way back. Flame Breath even should finish him here. But he doesn't finish him. Bugsy did pop that cloak and attempts to shield Fate's Revenge there. Oh, I think Legendary can see him. He will be leaving footprints, little red footprints that only the monster can see when he sniffs. And he should know. Oh, he's going to see Bugsy
he
now.
He came uninvisible as well.
Yep.
So.
Bugsy's going to go down here too. He can't escape for too much longer, but you know, it still might be enough. In fact, if I were Bugsy... Oh, another orbital! Gonna chase Legendary off.
what Legendary's trying to do is just stay on top of him until the dropship timer counts down. He wants to take Bugsy out so he cannot get on this dropship. That's
You're
what
right.
he's trying to do right here. He's not not able to attack him. He's actually choosing to not attack him.
Well,
until
with
the
Fate's
dropship
Revenge here, he might just want to go for both of them right now.
So the dropship is in now, so yeah, you're right. He's going to try to finish off these players and take him out. Yep, this flame is going to take out the Hank, and Hank is now out of the fight for another 2 minutes.
Oh, he missed the leap smash. Great dodge by Bugsy there. He does take a punch to the face and goes down, unfortunately. And Legendary's going to back off and probably take a stage 3 after this.
Yeah, so good decision there. I mean, he was able to, if he's able to get stage 3 and come back, he'll be able to take a fight without having to deal with Hank's shields. But he's going to want to be able to evolve quickly so he can try to get these shields up, because he's going to want to get some shields before going back in. So that will also eat up a little bit of time.
He is going to take that stage 3 now. Let's see what he takes for skills.
Stage 3, the end. One way or the other.
Should be coming in just a minute here, okay? He's going to finish off Rock Throw, Leap Smash, and Fire Breath, 3 points apiece. And this is where things get serious for the Hunter team. They are now setting up to defend that relay. I'm not sure what they're going to use. They looks like they're actually just going to use this open courtyard here. Rather than transitioning specifically either to the ship right here or the high ground where Two Trick Pony is. Teams will usually pick one or the other, but not the in-between ground. A lot of times that's considered unfavorable. Leap Smash onto Two Trick Pony, takes her down to half already. Rock Throw in the air, but she dodges that.
So he's, choosing to focus down Kyra, Two Trick Pony, but Kyra's able to get away and stay alive, so they're just going to have to try to stay up for another minute. Not having Hank really is harmful with their ability to survive, not having those shields to rely on.
Leap Smash onto, or Sneak Pounce, I mean, onto Two Trick Pony, gonna take her down. A Leap Smash on a Fate's Revenge, shield protects him. Plastic Man takes a rock to the face, and it looks like they're both going to go down in short order here. Shield down for the assault. He goes down to the Leap Smash, and Legendary just has to finish off Plastic Man and Daisy.
Yeah, it's going to be tough because there's quite a bit of time left, and there's really no way to get away, so.
Daisy's the only one left. Gonna go down right here. And that's it. Legendary takes game number 1 for Team Averse, beating out Epex White.
Yeah, Legendary doing a solid job there. He was able to dodge some domes. There was one missed dome, but really being able to fight on his terms was, and being able to switch targets effectively, spread that damage out, and get those marks. Legendary showing why he is one of the best monsters on the scene, especially in terms of Goliath play. So I would love to see his Kraken, like you alluded to, and maybe if this does somehow get forced to a Game 5, we might have to see him play something other than Goliath.
Yeah, you're right. And you know, what would Legendary do in a situation like that? I mean, I know I mentioned that he has practiced Kraken. I don't know how comfortable he feels with Kraken, or the other two monsters, Behemoth or Wraith for that matter.
I would say if you do have to get forced into playing a monster you're not so comfortable with, it would probably be a situation where you try to run and get stage 3 without losing a ton of health. You know, you're really going to want to be able to have all those powerful abilities and be able to rely on kind of just being able to combo things really well to get a mark. It would be, I wouldn't be surprised to see that style of play come out. But really, I mean, I don't know. If he's comfortable with Kraken, or even just confident, and able to recognize opportunities when they come, you know, it could still be anyone's game. And really, what we've seen here, even when a monster's favorite monsters ban, I forget who it was, but, you know, it doesn't, these monsters oftentimes get to the point that they are playing and practicing multiple kinds of monsters. So I doubt any monster that we see here, at least in the semifinals or finals, will have a monster that they just don't know how to play.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. They all will know how to play each monster, at least to some extent, but it's really a question about being comfortable. A lot of these monster players invest the majority, and, you know, I'm talking 80% or more of their practice time into one monster. So I really am not sure how well some of these monster players are going to do if they're forced to play a different monster, which I think is part of the idea about the ban rules, right? It's to make you actually sit there and play more than one monster, to kind of mix things up and keep the game different and exciting.
Yeah, and not only that, we saw what happened when you decide to ban Kyra, you know, like forcing a Val pick or another medic to come into play. Kyra, she's just so strong, and she has so much self-sustain as well as team sustain. I wouldn't be surprised to see teams choosing to ban Kyra versus banning a monster.
Yeah, they may do something like that. You're right. You're right. And I mean, we've seen that once already. And a lot of times I think that's the better choice, right? Is banning Kyra, because right now Kyra is so strong as a medic. It's, you know, she is by far, I think, like the clear go-to medic. There's a few other interesting comps that I know some teams have practiced regarding switching up the medic. You know, now with the addition of Sunny as a tier 4 support. But I'm not sure we're going to see that here today.
Yeah, you really have to practice it kind of as a team, you know, because it's not necessarily just the medic that is in charge of, you know, staying alive anymore. When you pick Val, you really need to have that team around you and that team know how to play with a Val, because it's not just a one-man show. You really have to change the whole way you play as a team to be able to accommodate such a drastically different style of play because of the different abilities that Val has compared to Kyra.
Yeah, and that's it. You do have to completely change up your play style. And a lot of times, I think it's just not what Hunter players are used to. You know, they're just so used to the safety of Kyra, just keeping them alive through a lot of heavy aggression that Val just simply cannot heal through. I think with Val, you have to manage your jetpack a lot better. Positioning is a lot more important. You really have to be more spread out, because even two Hunters getting caught in the exact same attack can instantly start like an avalanche, which winds up causing the doom of the entire Hunter team. Yeah,
yep, exactly. Val being that single target healer, on only being able to rely on that medic cloud every once in a while. Yeah, if you group up too much, it could be all she wrote. Even if it's just, you know, a leap smash that hits 2, or if it's 3 people, you're right, it would just be devastating.
All right, and it looks like Averse won the other side as well, so they are currently 2-0 over Epex White. This could be the final game here right now. This will be Legendary, the monster player for Team Averse, playing off against Epex White. What do you think? Do you think Averse could actually eliminate both Epex teams here today?
It looks like it could be very likely. I mean, we saw both the Hunter team and the Monster team picking up a win, and in that situation, it's pretty tough mentally to know that going into this match, your other side was not able to win their game, and all of that pressure is on you, and you haven't been able to take a game yet on either side of play, the Hunter or the Monster. So it will be tough. I really think Averse is favored going into this, but really we're not going to know what's going to happen until we get into play. It could be, you know, one mistake, getting hit by one Blitz Leopard in a bad time could mean the difference between a win and a loss.
All right, and here we go. We have Team Averse's monster player, once again, a Legendary. Everyone's favorite Goliath, it seems. We always see people in chat asking to see Legendary play. I probably even get people in my chat when I'm offline asking to see Legendary play. And covering Team Epex once again, we have on Assault, Fate's Revenge, playing Torvald. We have 2-Trick Pony, aka 1-Trick Pony, playing Kyra, the medic. We have on support, Bugsy playing Hank. And for Trapper, we have Plastic Man playing Maggie. Legendary taking that standard path right here over to the east side where that downed ship is. You can see the wreckage of the ship right there. Usually monsters are able to get a little more food by this point. So it looks like Legendary will just use this spot now to try and bait out a dome and then escape.
Yeah, Plastic Man is in position to kind of wait for that cutoff to see which direction Legendary is heading. So we'll see if he's able to effectively position himself to get this stage 1 dome. But as we've seen, Legendary is pretty unpredictable with his movements and his traversals.
Yeah, and this is going to be what he needs here if he does not get chased off. Oh, it looks like he will be chased off.
Yeah, so he's able to just continue inching up his evolve meter. And you can see Plastic in a good position to cut him off, and really all these Reavers, I mean, it takes time to eat every one of them, and you have a chance of getting birds. Birds not being so important now, but Reavers only give you 1 shield.
And the dome does come down. This is going to be a stage 1 dome against Legendary. Once again, Legendary going to be forced to loop around this dome and try and avoid damage. The Goliath is just too weak at stage 1 to really take on a Hunter team unless there's a severe misplay. That backwards jump, though.
Yeah, it's pretty cool how he's been able to utilize that. And yeah, positioning is very critical at this point if you're a Hunter. But you can see the infinity loop over here. He's got both that cave and this loop to work with. I don't think they're going to be able to get through his shields and take out any permanent health damage. So a good dome position if you're Legendary.
Yeah, for sure. This is about the best you could hope for as a monster player on this map. Stage 1, getting caught in an infinity loop, actually isn't all that bad. You know, and we can see the results themselves. Legendary, not even below 1/3 armor here.
In fact, he actually finished off his evolve meter in the dome. So a good dome for him to be able to run away, being able to, in the dome, finish off his evolve meter. Now he's just got to try to get away, create some distance, and get to that stage 2. But Kyra is definitely going to be helping everybody stay right on his tail.
Yep, and Goliath now. Man, look at how far away he is. This Hunter team, 100 meters. Oh, they're closing a little bit, but another leap should put Legendary exactly where he wants. Yeah, he's going to take the evolve right here. Caught next to the rocks, got to readjust himself a little bit. Keep in mind, this dome is still on cooldown, though, so the best they can hope for is to dish out a little bit of damage, and then Legendary will escape.
Yeah, and with Torvald, that's going to be easy to hit with a couple mortars. And wow,
that orbital! Oh, man, a critical misplay by Legendary there. Bugsy has been on point with his orbitals today. In fact, can we get some Kriegasms in chat for that orbital? That was amazing right there. He does dodge that dome, unfortunately, but the damage has already been done. With that kind of damage, they don't even need the dome to keep themselves in a safe position.
And Torvald even punishing him even further. That you're losing half your stage 2 health bar in just a matter of seconds. That was impressive.
Yeah, and just think how much worse that could have been if they had actually gotten that dome. Legendary managed to get just enough distance to prevent the Trapper from closing in.
Yeah, so now Legendary's just going to have an excellent engagement, hopefully getting down either Kyra or Hank very, very quickly. Otherwise, you know, he's lost half of his health, and there's no marks on these Hunters. So if he gets his shields eaten through pretty quickly, it would be a pretty hard situation to work with in this next dome that's kind of coming up.
Yeah, he needs to be extremely careful, and they will most likely have another stage 2, provided he doesn't dodge it. And that, I think, will be the dome that determines which side will be strong going into the end of the game. Stage 2 Goliath is still something to be feared and respected, especially with Legendary playing it.
Yeah, Legendary, he has the ability to come in and really get those marks quickly. We saw before what happened when he was able to focus Hank and Kyra down so quickly and just kind of put the Hunter team in a panic, and he's still got enough health to work with. I mean, it's not over by any means, but really, it was just such a big swing that it can affect your mentality, where you think you get such a solid play, getting your evolve meter, getting away and evolving, but then having one orbital and a couple Torvald mortars just take you down to half health. So it's just, if he can recover mentally, if he doesn't let it bother him, he's still in a good spot to win.
Yeah, for sure. They do get the dome, though. And this is where they're going to start to work down his armor in short order already. He's already below 1/3 right here.
Yeah, and I don't see if he's got any loops to work with, so he's going to have to be very offensive in this dome if he wants to have a chance.
He's got a little bit, but not the best sort of loops. It's a split through the middle. But Maggie, their Maggie player, Plastic Man, doing a great job setting up these traps in a circle to continually knock Legendary down. Epex White might actually do it here. Oh, he does have this backside here. Now that he's discovered that, he may start to use this to his advantage to negate any further damage.
Yeah, so he's really going to want to keep practicing that, keep continuing to run around, but, you know, with one orbital or some Torvald mortars, you could get into permanent health damage right in pretty much a split second.
Look at Two Trick Pony here. You know it is a bad day as a monster player when the medic is firing a damaging weapon instead of healing.
Yeah, making use of those napalm grenades, doing the opposite of healing,
Look
taking
at that,
out
they're
some health.
so confident right now. She was actually leading the charge on one side all by herself.
Yeah, because they know that he's just trying to run. So
Yeah.
every player doing their part to put in this chip damage on Legendary. He does end up losing a little bit of permanent health, but now he's looking to evolve. But we saw what happened last time he evolved. As long as Bugsy is able to get into a good position, if he drops another orbital, it could be pretty devastating for Legendary.
And Legendary, 100, what was it, 150, 110 now, and they're closing meters out. He is going to take the evolve. They're going to get a lot of damage in on him now. Look at this. I don't know if he's far enough under that ledge. Hank may get an orbital right along the side there.
Yeah, learning from the first evolve to not he wants to evolve somewhere where there's a roof over his head so he doesn't get rained on by explosives.
That was close. I think they could have gotten some splash damage in on there if they wanted to go for it. Blitz Leopards, though, onto Plastic Man. I'm going to slow them down just a little bit. Oh, no, and an Armadon as well. One Trick Pony, though, great healing. Did you see that? Before the Armadon even touched Plastic Man, 2 grenades were already flying through the air.
Yeah, very, very good awareness by Two Trick there. So it looks like they are setting up on the relay. I wouldn't be surprised to see Plastic Man put down these harpoons and start replenishing them around the relay. It is a circle relay, which can be pretty difficult for a Goliath to deal with.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've all practiced scenarios on top of that relay, with a Maggie on the team especially. It can be very, very rough for a Goliath player. Rock throw, dodged by Bugsy. Great play there. Flame Breath. And now Legendary switching it up, going back to Bugsy. Once again, he's stuck trying to figure out who to focus.
Yeah,
looks like he is going to go for Bugsy.
Yeah, the Trapper's waiting to throw that dome until the shields get low, and you can see it coming at the
Great
perfect time.
dome.
Perfect time. So great job by the Trapper waiting until Legendary gets into a tricky spot, and then throwing that dome and now forcing this fight.
And Legendary now, I think in panic mode, he's not trying to fight right now. I think he realizes that this was a mistake, that this is not the Epex White we've seen before. This is a very, very strong Hunter team now.
And he's going for this secret stash of food in here with these 3 bodies that just spawn here. He'll be able to get some shields up. And you know, you see some monsters eat those bodies right at the start, but in this situation, being able to have those is invaluable, because every bar of shield that's taken instead of health is just...
Oh no.
And you can see the jump pouch. Is there anyone around to help him?
Plastic Man.
Just getting out of positioning. And he's having to pay the price. Plastic Man going down, and they're going to make it where he can't get rezzed either. So Legendary finishes off Plastic Man. This is quickly changing.
Two Trick Pony caught out of position now. Oh no, she's got to back up, and she does find that center. No, she doesn't get to the center. Leap Smash knocks her away. Fire Breath. The Rock Throw may take her out. It does. Their medic is down, and Legendary still has 1/3 of his life left. That's enough to win against 2 Hunters.
Yeah, the momentum quickly changed right there with Plastic getting out of position for just a split second, and Legend being able to just jump pounce him, and do a ton of damage without any Hunter being able to shoot him off of Plastic. So great job by Legendary, taking advantage of that moment.
Epex White playing their heart out here. This could be their last game in the Sunday Cup today. They are 1 game away from elimination. But man, are they giving Legendary a tough time. Daisy down now, still 2 Hunters left, 1 minute on the dropship timer, and Legendary advances on the final 2 Hunters.
Yeah, he's either going to want to get this mark down and then save the last Hunter until after the dropship, or maybe just get on the relay if Hank decides to run.
Fate's Revenge loses the Assault Shield. 1 more hit will take him out. That orbital, great damage there. But Bugsy needs to get away now. It is all up to Bugsy to save Epex White right now. And it looks like Legendary is going on the relay. Bugsy far enough out. Keep in mind, it takes 30 seconds for a monster to completely destroy a relay from full health. What we need to see now is how long is Bugsy going to wait before attacking.
Yeah.
He's got perfect eyes on Legendary. He's out of smell range, so Legendary cannot see him. He drops the orbital now, right on his head. Legendary was waiting for that, and he jumps in right away. That orbital is now wasted. Bugsy pops that personal cloak, though.
Yeah,
Legendary goes back on the relay
here because he doesn't want to get caught out with no shields. If Plastic Man is able to get out here and they're able to get another dome on this relay without Legendary having full shields, it could be a very bad situation because even though they do have one mark on almost all of these hunters, it's still not a situation that guarantees Legendary a win. You know, it's only one mark, it's not two. 2 marks is devastating, but 1 mark is something you can work with.
Leap smash onto Bugsy misses, but the pounce catches him. The dropship is already incoming, though, so Bugsy still did his job. He saved the game for his team, and they have another shot at this. Bugsy back up right away, too, and Legendary forced to back off.
Yep, so good play there. Bugsy doing his job, making sure his teammates could come back. He does end up getting a mark. 1 mark spread evenly across all the hunters, but on the flip side, Legendary only has about 1/3 of his health to work with, so it's still up in the air.
I think Legendary is one of the toughest monsters in the scene currently to play against, and Epex White is doing a phenomenal job playing against him.
Yeah, I mean, even being able to get to this point and having such a solid performance, and really if Plastic wouldn't have been caught out there, we even might be in a much different situation here.
Yep, Flame Breath onto Bugsy, auto attacks. Bugsy doing a great job roaching, and that mortar shot comes in from Torvald. Looks like Legendary's gonna back up and switch targets now. Rock throw hits no one, and the mortar's once again whittling down his armor. They've got to drop that dome any second. Legendary's getting out early, though.
Yeah,
he did absolutely nothing to them there.
Yeah, you know, if he would have been domed right there, it could have been the game. You're right. He didn't make any progress. All of that time spent there, and the only player with health missing was Daisy. But he does get full shields back up pretty quickly and is going to head back in to take this fight on the relay.
Yeah, keep in mind the timer goes to 20 minutes, 14 minutes into the game, and a lot of the food is already eaten up on the map. Things are going to start looking bad for Legendary if he cannot make something happen here. He switches it up, goes to Bugsy, and backs off right away. Leap smash onto 2-trick Pony. Rock throw, but the shield comes out. Rock into Bugsy instead. He baited out that shield.
Yeah, what you're seeing a great job of Legendary doing is switching targets, making Hank come out to shield Kyra, and then as soon as Hank exposes himself, switching back on Hank. So Legendary doing an awesome job of swapping those targets, keeping that Hunter team on their heels.
Yeah, Bugsy did pop his cloak there, but by the time Legendary's ready to come back in, that cloak is going to be off cooldown. So great play there. It saved him from getting singled out again and taken down.
Yep, so fortunately he's able to get a lot of shields from that sloth. And I hope he can get back in there and fight this Hunter team before Bugsy does get his cloak cooldowns, but he might be able to have it by the time he'll need it. But this is just, we're going to have to wait and see how Legendary gets an opening. If he's able to open on Kyra or Hank, those are 2 critical targets in this Hunter team.
Preemptive mortars right there. Legendary jumps right into him. That's going to do a little bit of additional armor damage to him. Leap smash up top, hits both Plastic Man and 1-trick Pony.
Yeah, so Torvald is very low, but he still has his personal shield. He finds Hank, and he's going to want to take Hank out. And look at how...
no, orbital coming down. He mitigates most of that damage, though. Auto attacks on a Plastic Man. Rock throw, great timing on the shield right there. Going to keep him alive for a second, but he does go down to fire shortly thereafter. As mortars finish off the remainder of his armor. Assault down as well. This is bad. It's Fate's Revenge. The assault is back up. Leap smash misses everyone.
Yeah, if he can get 2 marks right here, it's still a bit risky.
This is the time to dome. This is the time to dome if they can get Plastic Man up. Bugsy going to go down to auto attacks. That Leap Smash going to hit no one. Rock throw onto Pony.
Yeah, he's going
and Legendary's going to switch it up. Yeah, he's all in. Fire Breath onto Bugsy, trying to finish him off. Auto attack, one more. The Leap Smash does connect, and Legendary backs off again.
Wow, that was stressful. So he got multiple marks now on all hunters except 2-trick Pony. So if he's able to get away and get these shields, he's in a solid position to take this victory. But wow, that was quite the battle there. A little bit longer, and if Bugsy was able to survive for a little bit longer, they might have been able to take him out or at least force him to retreat.
Yeah, that was extremely intense. There was one point where it looked like Legendary was going to clinch the win, but Epex White managing to come through at the last second and pull off a revive on the assault, which forced Legendary away. Had they had the revive on Plastic Man also, I think it would have been a done game. It would have been a win for Epex.
Yeah, so it's still doable. If they can eat through his shields with an orbital and some mortars, they can take this win. You can see him doing what they
Dome
can.
comes
to
down.
Rock.
Legendary is in. This could be the final Dome, stage 3. A little bit of armor and very, very low health. Legendary's going to have to make something happen here. Leap Smash does hit Bugsy. The Rock Throw hits Fate's Revenge. Bursts, and he pops the personal shield, but he's trapped down there. He's actually trapped down there. It's going to take him a while to get back into the fight.
Yeah, you can see him having to fight these hunters. They actually take the dome. Actually, Maggot goes down, so it looks like Legendary could potentially finish this, but still he doesn't have that much health left.
Mortars
And no
indoors.
shield.
Oh, and Fate's Revenge falls to a Leap Smash.
They still have 2 hunters up here, but it's with Hank and Kyra, it's not going to be enough damage to eat through all these shields. So really awesome play by Legendary, taking that tough situation and probably going to be coming out on top, just barely missing the rock throw on Bugsy, but he's probably going to get his flame here, and Bugsy will not be able to run.
Yep, that's going to be it for Bugsy right here. The end of game timer comes out. And a minute 20 still left on the dropship timer. One Trick Pony as far away as she can possibly be right now.
Yeah, but the relay's already almost dead.
Yeah,
we'll
he's just going right for the relay. She can definitely get a couple grenades up there, but I don't think Legendary cares. It's so low. He finishes the relay.
Finishing it with a relay win. The first one that we've seen today.
Yeah, the first relay win we've seen. You're right. Averse taking game number 3 off of Epex White, beating them 3-0. And Averse will advance to the semifinals.
Yeah, what a strong
to the finals, I mean.
Yeah, strong showing from Averse, taking out both Epex teams in quite the fashion. I mean, taking on Epex White and having a clean sweep is very impressive at this level.
All right, just sending a quick message to Team Nip and also Stage 3. Let's see how those are going. There is no update from that side. Oh,
wow,
no,
so
no, there is actually. Yeah, Ninja Penguins
taking out Stage 3. So we've got quite an interesting final here with Ninja Penguins versus Averse.
All right, we are going to cut to a short break before the finals here while we get everything set up. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. If this is your first time viewing the channel and you do want to support it, you can do so for free by just hitting the follow button down below. You will get notified anytime we go live for the Sunday Cup or any other events throughout the week. Thank you all so much for watching, folks. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back in just a little bit.